So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing extremely well. This is your very own Mascota side, and today we will be solving our 51st problem of the day. And today's topic is subtraction in linked list. So let us see what does the problem say. So the problem says that we have been given a linked list representation of two numbers, okay, and you have to give me the answer as absolute value of number one minus number two in the linked list form only. That is, suppose these are the examples. If my first link list is 100 and my second link list is 12, then this number is representing 100, that is 100, and this one is representing 12. And we all know 100 minus 12 is 88. So what I have to return is I have to return a linked list like this. Okay. I hope you all got the hang of the problem, that what is the input given to them, what is the output you have to provide. All right. So now how will you proceed for it? Simple, you will say that I will calculate the value for this linked list. I will calculate the value for this linked list. This is my brute force approach. Let's say, okay, calculate the value of this linked list. That is, find 100 from this linked list, find 12 from this linked list, subtract them, form a linked list of type this, and return the head of the this linked list. Okay, how will we do that? So I'm doing it for this linked list. What I will do is my value is currently 0. My temp is equals to head of the linked list. Okay, now why 10? What I will do is my value will become value star 10 plus temps data, and my temp will be moved to the next node. Temp equals to temp of next. It will automatically break when temp becomes null. That is the end of the linked list. Okay. Now in value, I have got my 100 for the above linked list and 12 for the below linked list for whichever I apply. Okay. After that, I will convert that value into a linked list. That is my brute force approach. So let us leave that, because brute force approach will not work, because the type if you see the constraints of the question, n is equals to 10,000 and values can be represented in 10 to the power 10,000. So numbers will not be get represented. There is no such data type to store such big numbers. So value cannot contain, value is not a particular data type in this existing C++ language. All right, you have to find a better way. Okay, finding a better way, that is an efficient solution. Okay. Before moving on forward, I will request you to subscribe to my channel because it gives me a lot of motivation. And now let's try to do the efficient solution. For efficient solution, let us take the example only 1, 0, 0, and then 12. Okay. I like to ask you what you do when you are given subtraction like this. If you see, 1 is below this, right? But 1 should be subtracted from 0. If you see, 0 is that 1 is subtracting from this 0, not from this one, right? So first letter subtracted. You see that 0 is less than 2. So it will take a carry. It will convert to minus 1, and it will convert to 0 plus 10. That is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay. Now minus 1 is less than again 1. Then 1 will get convert to 0, and it will convert to 9. Right? And 9 minus 1 is 8. And it will convert to 0 only. Okay. This is my approach. Okay. 0, 8, 8. And then I will remove the leading zeros, and my answer will be 80. Okay. This is my normal approach when I try to subtract normally. I will do the same. Now, in the case of linked list, it is easier to traverse in the right direction, right? Like if I'm standing here and I want to take a carry from here, then it is not quite possible because this is moving leftwards, and because of the next operators, we have to move only rightwards. So to solve that problem, I will reverse both linked list. Okay, reverse. So it will become 0, 0, 1, and then below linked list will become 2, 1. And now you focus, I had to subtract 2 with this 0, 1 with this 0, right? And if I'm now able to see, then these 2 and 0 and 0 and 1 are aligned. So my one problem is solved. Now, What I will do is I will keep my one of my node here, one of my node here. Let us keep it as T1 and T2. Alright. I will see that T1's data is less than T2's data. So what I will do is I will subtract 1 from the next node, it will become minus 1. I will add 10 here. Okay, it will become 10. I see 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay. So I construct a new node 8. I move T1 here, move T2 here. Okay. I see minus 1 is again less than 1. Similar to the this calculation we performed. Again, this will become 0 and this will become minus 1 plus 10 gives me 9. 9 minus 1 is again 8. So 8, instead of being adding 8 here, I have to add 8 here. Okay. So I have to add 8 to the left side. That is the starting node. Okay. 8, 8. Alright. And then I move to the T1 here. T2 is empty. T2 becomes null. Okay. T1 is 0. Add 0 here. Okay. So my final linked list is 0 combined with 8 combined with 8. Alright. Now, as I said, remove the leading zeros. Okay. If I remove this 0, my answer will become 8, 8. These are my algorithms. So, reverse, subtract, and then remove leading zeros. These are my uh, main steps, leading zero. But there are some complications still remaining. To facilitate my working, what I will do is I will keep larger number in my head 1 and smaller number in my head 2. Okay. Now how will I calculate larger and smaller number? Obviously, I will have to first remove leading zeros from both the linked list. Okay, removed. Now find length of linked list. Find length of both linked lists. Let us say we have n1 and n2. Now there can be three cases. If my n1 is equals to 0 and my n2 is equals to 0, that is 0 length of row, both of them. In that case, return 0 in a node, right? If my n1 is less than n2, if my n1 is less than n2, it simply says that n2 is a bigger number. In that case, return the same. Let us say the final function is func and call for head 2 with head 1 because now head 2 has an answer of has a value of greater than head 1, right? If n1 is less than n2, then return function of head 2 with head 1. Alright, this is a simple tactic to store larger number in head 1 only. Otherwise, if n1 equals to n2, then also we have to find which number is greater. For that, what we will do is, if I have given you same length numbers, how will you find which number is greater? For that, you will start traversing from here, right? Traverse up till both have equal values. As soon as the values become different, if this value is greater, then this is the larger one. If this value is greater, then this is the larger one. So what I will do is find the larger one, right? Now, sorry, yeah. After these three cases, my answer will After these three cases, I have to implement the subtraction. Now what I will do is while my head 1, because head 1 is containing the larger number. Okay, my subtract value to be subtracted is currently 0. If my head 2 is not equals to null, then I will store that value into the sub. Then sub equals to head 2 data, right? And then head 2 will move to the next node. Head 2 equals to head 2's next. This happens only if head 2 is not equals to null. Okay. Now, if my head 1's data is less than the value to be subtracted, in that case, head 1's next data will become minus equals to 1, and head 1's data will become plus equals to 10. Let us do one thing. Let us try to code it down real fast, because pseudocode is actually the code only. So now let us try to code it down. Okay, what were our first steps? First steps were to remove the leading zeros. Okay, to remove the leading zeros, while head one's next is not null, and head one's data is equals to 0. In that case, what you have to do is head one equals to head one next. This will remove the leading zeros. Okay. Same for head 2 to remove the leading zeros from the second linked list. Just make 2 instead of 1. Head 2, head 2, head 2. We have we have removed the leading zeros. Okay. Our next step was to find length. So int n1 equals to length of head 1, int n2 equals to length of head 2, right? Now we will have to implement the length function, which is fairly easy. Note, for solving this type of problem, you will have to get basic understanding of linked list. Okay, I hope you have got that understanding. So node star, let us name it as head only. Now my node star 10 will become equals to head, and my count equals to 1. This is a basic length function I'm writing, nothing much more than that. Now while temp, what you have to do is temp equals to temps next, and count plus plus, and at last return your count, which is your length of the linked list. Okay, we have got the length of the linked list. Let me make some space for you here. Yeah, we have got the length. Now if my n1 is equals to 0 and my n2 is equals to 0, in that case return a new node with value 0. All right, if my n1 is less than n2, then you have to return the swapped operation. Then return sub linked list, that is the name of the function I'm currently in, and send head 2 first, then head 1. All right. If it will be else if n1 equals to n2. That is, now we have to find which one is greater. For that, my node star t1 equals to head 1 to operate, and node star t2 equals to head 2. These are the temporary nodes. Okay, it will be and a star here. Sorry for my typing mistake. Now while t1 and t2 both are not null, and t1's data is equals to t2's data. What you will do is t1 equals to t1's next, t2 equals to t2 next. Now this loop will break only if either t1 becomes null or t2 becomes null. But if n1 is equals to n2, then t1 and t2 will become null at the same time. The second condition is if the data discrepates. So the first condition is if my t1 equals to null. If my t1 is null, then both the linked list have the same data. then again return a new node with the value 0. This is my operation. All right. Because T1 and T2 have become null at same point. And if they have become null at same point, that means all the data were same in both the linked lists. In that case, you have to return 0 only. Because if I subtract something from the identical, then it will be 0. Right? Else if T1's data is actually smaller than T2's data, that means then linked list with that head one is actually representing a number smaller than the linked list representing the head two. All right. In that case, again swap the sub of linked list and send head two with head one. Okay. These are my three conditions I have handled. Okay. Now come to this main task. I'm sure now that head one contains a head one contains the larger number. All right. Now what I will do is my temporary node 1 is representing my head 1 and my temporary node 2 is representing my head 2. But before that, I will have to reverse both of them. So head 1 becomes reverse of head 1 and head 2 becomes reverse of head 2, right? So let us implement the reverse function first. So reverse is returning a node star, name is reverse, accepting a node star head. Now, simple reverse function says node star temp equals to head, node star next equals to heads next, and node star prev, that is the previous one, contains null. Now, while next, my temps next will become prev, and then move them. Prev equals to temp, prev becomes temp, and temp becomes next, and my next becomes temps next. And at last, again do the same operation, temps next becomes all right, and then return temp because it contains the head of my reverse linked list. Okay, so I've written the code of reverse. Now let's do the final step of subtracting the linked list. For that, my answer will be contained in something called null. Now while my T1 is not null and while T1 is not null because T1 contains a larger number. Okay, my int sub is currently 0. If my T2 is not null, then that sub will take the value of T2's data. All right. After that, T2 will become T2's next for next operations. T2's next. After that, what was my step? If my T1's data is actually less than subtracted value, in that case, T1's next data will be subtracted minus 1, minus equals to 1, and then um, T1's data will be incremented by 10 plus equals to 10. You might have understood that you might be saying that why only 10? It can be possible we have to increment 20. No, that is not possible because each node contains a value from 0 to 9. So incrementing 10 will always give me a value greater than the subtracted needed value. All right. After that, T1's, sorry, let us create a new node here, node star n for representing the number after subtraction will be T1's data minus sum, right? And instead of joining it to the rear end of the resulting linked list, I will make it the head. So n next becomes result, right? And then result becomes next. Because if you remember, I visualized you here that 8 came here, right? After that, the next one 8 came here. So instead of joining here, I'm joining it here. Okay, this is my thought point right now. So res becomes n, and after that, I have to remove the leading zeros from res. So while res next and res data equals to 0. In that case, res becomes res next, and then return your res. Okay, this is my whole code. Also, I will have to increment t1 also. T1 equals to t1 next. Sorry for for getting right. Now let's try to compile and run it. It will be new node t1's data minus. It is running fine for compile and run. Let's try it for submit also. Hope it works. In the meantime, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. It gives me a lot of motivation. And as you can see, we have completed a 51-day streak. And thank you for watching. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep coding and stay safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.